Afternoon, everyone. Mr. Tate. Well, this is a big day for our organization. We've talked about the last little while about us going into a new phase within our organization. We talked about that from a player personnel perspective and their experience and the growth of their players. And now we're talking about growing this management team to, we hope, will match the elite levels of what we hope of our players will be. That part of our organization is going through transition also. And we knew, Kevin and I, that within this last year or so that we needed to add another person to our management team. We feel that we need another, not just another voice, but a voice that has this type of pedigree, experience, and feel for what this market brings. Now having the chance of MacT, I think, leading the coaching side of the business today. It gives us an incredible opportunity to get that type of horsepower that we're looking for with this type of gentleman next to me. You know, there was a few people when I first came here that I was so excited and that things were in place. And MacT was one of those people that I had a chance to work with in the World Championships, obviously here in Edmonton, but I know this man as far as someone with integrity and hockey sense and feel for the game that we need. So, Mac, officially, welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah. I'll just start by saying there were a lot more cameras and people when I was walking out the door, walking back in the door here, but I hope today was my first day in the office, going over a bunch of, seeing a bunch of familiar faces, and just seemed like a natural, like time had stood still really for me over the last 3 years. Having said that, I hope I get more done tomorrow than I got done today at the office when I go in there. But I appreciate the opportunity and the confidence that the organization has shown in me repeatedly. I've had with Steve and Kevin many of these conversations over the last, virtually since I left, about possibly coming back. Most of the job interviews that I've had over the last 3 years, one of the questions has always been, you know, how do you see yourself fitting into this organization? I pretty much see you as an Oiler. How can you go to another organization? And I didn't say that at the time when I was trying to land the job, but I very much felt that way. The organization is in so much better shape now than the day I left 3 years ago, with the changes in personnel and the quality of players that we have. That you know, being on the outside, which I haven't always enjoyed, being an outsider and at times a member of the media. I'm an insider by trade, but from the outside, you know, you really see a dynamic situation here with the way the hockey team's going to progress. Obviously, there's got to be you know, some decisions that we're going to have to make to see that the team goes along that path and makes that next step to be real competitive and compete and get into playoffs. I mean, that's, you look at you know, today's NHL final is a good example that if you're good enough to get into playoffs, you can win it. So it's definitely an exciting time to be here with the new rink on the horizon. There's probably not a more dynamic situation that I can see from the outside looking in, but it's nice to be back on the inside.